Then I'd say like the second thing is just like any other real estate, you have to buy it right. Especially during the pandemic and stuff like that, prices were skyrocketing, and a
Uh-huh.
lot of people were getting in, but that doesn't mean it was the price was right. And if you don't get in right, it could be tough later on, especially now when there's a lot of saturation and the market's kind of dropping in some areas. So
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Pros Pod. I'm Kristen, and I'm here with Lukasz Kownacki, who is the owner of Forteca Estate. He is also a real estate investor himself, so we have a lot to get into. Thanks for being here, Lukasz.
hey guys, pleasure to meet you all. I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Kristen, for having me on the podcast.
Of course, we're excited to have you on. So, you've been able to really scale an impressive portfolio, and your property management company is global, which I'm dying to get into. Let's talk about how you got into this industry to begin with.
We got into it. I'm actually in the industry with my wife. We started when we were a little bit younger. Started like I guess like most people, we kind of looking to purchase our first home. Didn't know how we could really afford it, so we decided to buy a multifamily home in New York City, Long Island, which is an expensive market. We lived in one, rented the other, and that kind of got us started on understanding how real estate works and how we could lend money to kind of let that grow in appreciation and cash flow and stuff like that.
Definitely. And did you jump into that full time, or was it kind of a part-time thing for a while?
It was part-time for a while. And then once we started into like the Airbnb part of things and realized this is something pretty cool, we really, really enjoy it. We kind of jumped in with 2 feet and went full-time.
That's awesome. And I know with Airbnbs, there are like pluses and minuses to every way you do rentals. What was so attractive about the short term for you?
We did, before we went to short-term market, we did do some long-term homes as well. What's attractive about Airbnb is it's a little bit more cash flow friendly, and you're able to add a value to the home because of the business aspect on how much revenue can create. And it's had as a cool experience. Me and my wife were able to kind of design the homes together, kind of envision these getaways for these couples from the cities to come, and things like that. So it's kind of more, I guess, we were more connected with the homes instead of just giving the regular Home Depot special, as you can call it, and just
Right.
renting it long term to a renter for a yearly lease. And this is kind of more, you can connect with the guests, get the experience, and things like that.
Amazing. And talk about, as you're investing in a short-term rental, kind of the things that you look for that make it really attractive.
It's same thing as any real estate deal. Location is going to be one of the key factors.
Mhm.
So just a different aspect of it. So here we're looking for making sure we're on the top of a mountain, near a lake, near mountains, um, places near main streets, main cities. Just so when people come, they're not too far from certain attractions that are naturally there. Of course, you could have the home have its own amenities and attractions, but if you're near ones that are naturally there and around, then it's half the battle. So that's definitely one of the main things. And
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
then I'd say like the second thing is just like any other real estate, you have to buy it right. Especially during the pandemic and stuff like that, prices were skyrocketing, and a lot of people were getting in, but that doesn't mean it was the price was right. And if you don't get in right, it could be tough later on, especially now when there's a lot of saturation and the market's kind of dropping in some areas. So, and if you have that high mortgage, then it's maybe a little bit tough. But if you bought right, like you would in any real estate deal, you have that equity and cushion, so you're already up, so you could kind of withhold the storm. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And I imagine going through COVID where maybe short terms took a hit because travel took a hit. Talk about kind of being agile with the market and how you've been able to kind of pivot your strategy.
So for us, actually, it's the opposite. Because a lot of
Mm.
people couldn't travel, they decided to drive and go to the mountains instead of flying
Oh, okay.
across the world or to different countries and stuff. So, a lot of people were driving to, the Poconos, to the Catskills, to the Hamptons and areas like that. So actually, that's when our business really, really took off. And then we just kind of ran with it from there. But now as the market is getting, more people are getting in because short-term rental, business and real estate, people also buy it not as just like a investment. They also, oh, this is my secondary home. I want to visit on my with my family, and I just want to rent it when I can. So there's a lot
Mhm.
of competition, a lot of municipality rules and regulations that are changing frequently. A lot of headbutting with the local hotels and big corporations. So things are always changing. You just got to kind of be on your feet with all the rules and just keep adapting. You know.
Mhm. Absolutely. So you mentioned that you work very closely with your wife and you guys have built this company together. Talk more about that and how, the positives about working with a family member and how you make that work.
I think working with family is probably one of the toughest things to do, but I feel like if you're able to do it, um, you're bound for great success. It's you don't have that trust issues. You don't have a lot of worries because it's family. It's a person that you grew up with or you're with every single day. So it'll help. But there's a lot of ups and downs. You got to learn to balance life, know when to turn it off, turn it on. But having that support system and both mindset going in the right direction and with that same goal in mind is makes things a lot easier and a lot more enjoyable, which is kind of the greatest thing for us. So I'm thankful and grateful that we're able to do it together. So if definitely think to if you can, it's not for everybody, but if you can, it's definitely one of the most exciting things and for us.
Yeah. And what are some of your tips for, when it's that personal time and not that work time, kind of keeping things separate?
Definitely a good schedule, time management, which we're still working on ourselves. Making sure you schedule in that time for yourselves and not only talk about the business or about the work when you do schedule that time off.
Mhm.
That's probably the biggest thing. Um, and besides that, I think it's just knowing your partner and knowing um, that it's not just your business partner; it's also your significant other or family member. So you need to kind of learn how to balance it. But I think it's time management and being able to time block those times for you and completely time block it. Not, hey, I'm going on dinner, but we're going to talk about what happened at work. No, it's just, hey, all right, we're at dinner. Let's talk about things about us, not just about
Yeah.
work and business. So definitely tricky, but if you can get it done, it's very, very powerful. I think it's one of the most important things, especially in my life I saw, was you have that support system, and you're able to do it with someone you know you love. It's makes things a lot easier and more enjoyable. So, and that's the point of everything for us, at least. So if you're able
Right.
to, grow something and financially geared towards a goal with your significant other, I think it's, yeah, you're winning at life. So I think that's amazing.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Definitely being intentional about that separation instead of just kind of, going through it, which I think that really helps, being intentional with the blocking out some time. So talk about Forteca Estate. How did you two form this company? When did you form it? Tell us everything.
So we always traveled. Whether we enjoyed it a lot, whether it was in hotels or we like started doing Airbnbs. And actually, one of our friends stayed in a local home in the area. Then we actually stayed as well, and we kind of we reached out to them and asked them if they wanted to sell. This is right, probably like around 2019 or something like that, right before the pandemic, and they're interested in selling. So we kind of started being creative, how we could finance it and everything. And that is kind of we were already in long term investing, so we did have a lot of homes, not a lot, but we already had a few homes that were performing pretty well, and but this was like something different, so we didn't know really what to expect and how everything works. And we reached out to the Airbnb host, and he was willing to sell, so we were able to purchase that property. And then after that, there was a house up the block, which we ended up buying, and out on that street, they call us the Galaheds because we have like 6 or 7 on that street. So it's that was kind of how we started, and from there we just went to the different communities, different areas. Just took kind of what was working there to different areas, and we kind of have our own like little system that we follow now. So.
Amazing. And with the property management side, talk about that.
So as we were doing this, we never were like advertising or marketing as a property management company. We were just managing and taking care of our self-owned homes, and a lot of people started reaching out to us because I guess they could see the numbers we were making through different platforms and softwares, and they're looking for help and to manage their homes. And the kind of word in the beginning was just word of mouth. People were just reaching out to us for help, and if we can do so, we started developing a business and hiring the right employees and having different sister companies for cleaning, maintenance, handyman, exterminators, and all this other stuff to kind of make sure the whole Airbnb process was running smoothly. Um, and that's kind of how it kept going. So yeah.
Amazing. And you guys are actually global, so you have some abroad properties that you manage as well. Talk about kind of the differences and kind of how you figure out how to be compliant everywhere you go.
So that's the hardest thing is every just between towns is difficult, and then communities, and now you're going to different states and now countries. A lot of our investors, when they come and they kind of work with us with their first home, now they tell us, hey, we also have a few properties in Florida, a few properties in Poland, or in different places of the world. Are you guys able to manage those? And a lot of stuff you are able to do remote and stuff, but you do need boots on the ground, and you do need a good trustworthy system there. We both grew up, we're born in Poland. Especially my wife coming to the States a little bit later. She has a good system there, and the homes that were kind of in the area, so we were able to have a good trustworthy team in that area. And then we do have friends in Florida and other places of the country on the state side, which kind of helped us be able to become and provide the same service as we did in the states, in all states. And in Poland, we don't take on properties or jurisdictions where we're not comfortable being able to provide the same service as we do now. So we're kind of truthful to us, truthful to our clients. Like, hey, yes, we could definitely do this. Or to be honest, you could probably find someone that's local, and then probably better, because that's why that's where we're strongest. So.
Definitely, definitely. And kind of as you were expanding your investing portfolio and you decided to take on your own property management, what were some of the things? I don't know if you ever hired outside property managers. What were some of the things that you saw that you didn't like that you wanted to fix yourself?
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
So I feel a lot of investors probably could relate this property management companies. It's great in the beginning. They're great sell, but then once it comes down to actually running things and showing you what's coming in, what's coming out, it's kind of not existent. So we learned that with properties we had in different states in the U.S. After we moved. I lived in Maryland for a little bit. Had some some long-term rental properties there in a management company, and you don't really know what your property is doing, what shape it is in, and just kind of up in the air and just hoping that it's performing.
Yeah.
And luckily buying in right and the things that we talked about earlier in the show, kind of gave us that edge, but I think properties could perform better with a better property management company. So that's what we wanted to make sure, we're there for our clients, on that side. And especially because, our part of our portfolio, is our own properties. So even though there are properties, we do separate the two. We treat ourselves as an investor. We have to make ourselves happy on the investment side.
Uh-huh.
So the property management company, our employees from them have to make sure um, that the investor, which is sometimes it's even us, is happy and is performing the way it is for this to continue. So.
Amazing. Well, I mean, that sounds wonderful. And I know that you guys are the next phase of this is to build out some HOA communities. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so that's one of the things that we're most excited for is kind of maybe growing into the community where we could have multiple smaller cabins where large family gatherings could come, or people could get together, or even just someone wants to come away from the cities to kind of escape the city life for a little bit. We kind of want to focus on like I said, a great location. It's going to be key, mountaintop around the lake or a creek or something like that. And we want to build kind of modular style cabins with a hot tub, sauna, nice spa getaway. And then also have the option of a larger venue kind of barn area where if the group wants to rent for a party, for an event, for a birthday, communion, christening, wedding, whatever gathering they would like to do, but even business gatherings, that'll be an option. So I think it's something cool. There are definitely places out there that already do it, so we're not recreating anything, just kind of putting our own touch on it, and hopefully we'll be able to make it into a way where we could just scale it and kind of drop it in different places of the states, once we kind of get the system going.
That's amazing. I mean, I do feel like that's the next natural step, and I think it's a good building off of Forteca. So, to kind of wrap all this up, what would be a piece of advice that you wish you learned earlier in your career that you can share with us today?
I wish I met my wife a little bit earlier, but that's something we can't really control. But one thing I would think, I guess I would like to do earlier is just think bigger. Think that this could grow bigger and start planning for that. Don't if it takes you by surprise, you kind of have to kind of react and catch up and kind of plan. But if you're kind of already thinking like ahead, like hey, my plan is because it was never like a full time biggest goal for us. It was kind of just say let's invest properly and kind of let this go and not thinking that it could get that big. And so if you plan like with the mindset that hey, my goal is for this to be like this, you could put the right steps in play so you're ready for the growth and to scale at a proper pace. So
Yeah.
for us that was pretty tough because it's just out of nowhere to start it growing. Once it grows, it's so easy once it happens. The beginning, it's like step by step, one house, two house, three house, four house, and then now you're up to like 10 houses a month, and it just keeps scaling and scaling. And so it's once you get the train going, things are a lot easier, but you have to have the systems and employees in place to make sure it's operating out properly, obviously.
Yeah, I think that's really good advice. I think people often get very focused on just more doors, more money, but you're right. I mean, you can bottom out if the systems aren't in place. So I think that's great practical advice. Well, this has been wonderful. Thank you so much for your time. Let us know or let everyone know where to find you.
Yeah, definitely check us out on Instagram and TikTok at Forteca Estate. Um, if you're ever in the area in the Poconos or Catskills, definitely visit one of our cabins. We're also in some of the meets and stuff, so maybe we'll definitely meet there. And hopefully, we'll be back on the show once the community is up and running. Kind of share some of that insights after that. That'd be a great ad, I believe. So, thank you guys again for listening, and seems like a great podcast. So definitely a lot of helpful and knowledgeable information on here. So
Amazing. Yes. Thank you, everyone, for listening. I know I got some good takeaways from this, so I hope everyone else did as well. So we will see you back next time. Bye.
thank you guys. Take care.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.